Whoa. It is I. The green-skinned Baron. Disgusting monstrosity of the land. You will know by terror, by my stench. GSP. Beautiful. Bandit subscribed with Prime. They've been subscribed for 4 months, currently on a 3-month streak. Alright, for that, Bandit, what weapon are we doing? Scythe? I have decided for you, we are doing a scythe. What does a scythe look like? I've done many a scythe in my life, but yeah, remember. What exactly? Scruffy Bard, how's it going? How's it going, Fielder? Beldane, Tannhauser, Bach Maxima, which is the Bach Maxima was the he gets the claim of first. Best use best use of the scythe ever. Interview with a vampire. Brutal. Alright, I'll remember that. That's been on my list since I was like 14 to watch. Spec Ops. How's it going? Oh yeah. Here's the pan. Alright, I'm gonna do something like this. We're doing just a basic scythe. We're not doing the cool stuff yet. We'll eventually get into the cool shit, you know? Eventually. But actually, some of the cool stuff will actually be pretty quick on this, because there are going to be a lot of cool lerps, like the Black Scythe or something, you know? Alright. Scythe. Vinny. Hey, Ian, how's it going? We're gonna lock this. Styx Color, how's it going? I hope you've been enjoying our little cult. 'Cause that's what it is. There's just a bunch of people that are super hyped up on this game. Feels like home. Just loving some EQ2 tunes. Nice. Okay, let's see. The great part about this is we'll be able to take these models or these pictures and just turn them straight into 3D. Still a conversation that Monty and I need to have and go through, but I saw what he was able to do with some of the other stuff, the other weapons, like previous weapons before this, and he has a pretty, what seems like a really good workflow for taking 2D images and just turning them into weapons, like really quickly. Jesus, I actually, dude, Bandit, I fucking went off on my friend today about AI. It was a whole rant, man. I'll have to ask him if I can share it because, well, I can share the sentiment, no problem. But I mean, just our conversation is, well, it's something else. With the future that's so unclear, and it can be frustrating sometimes. Alright, let's unlock this. Essentially with these weapons you want a nice base, as in like you don't want to be all loosey-goosey on your, the silhouette has to be strong. And what I mean strong is like no pixels or whatever. It's just straight up like a color. It's not transparent or anything. So you're not dealing with anything weird. Let's do a race. We're in a hard round and just gonna touch up the, yeah, there we go. You know, we probably won't get this amount of complexity in our models, but it's nice to shoot for because we're going low poly. We won't get these like nice bends or whatever, but and sometimes I design for that, but for now I'm just gonna do some stuff like this. How many weapons do I need? Many. So let's see. Actually, I can cover the base items. So for all the classes and everything, so everybody's happy. We have sword, dagger, scythe, battle axe, mace, staff, greatsword, axe, dagger, another type of sword, short sword, I guess, scimitar, which is another type of sword, spear, bow, scepter, club, arrow, halberd, and maul. And all of these. Oh, and we also need loot, and flute. For the bard. So all those plus different variants. Yes, we'll do one-hand scythe as well. We already have one-hand scythe, so I'll just need to do another. So yeah. Yes, one-hand scythes are also in. Need to do them. Also, this morning I did the Drake concept, but if you were looking at the Discord, which all of you are obviously, you would have seen that we actually updated it. And if you were part of Hades's stream, he showed that off for a couple seconds. If anybody wants, I can share the updated version. And I can take you through some of the revelations that I had when designing dragons. Because I came through some revelations as being pushed by the team. I've always sort of had an inkling of what dragon was, but I think I actually have nailed it now. And as to a surprise of no one, absolutely no one, I went to Dragon's Dogma 2 to sort of confirm my thoughts. Because Gregory is fucking amazing. So once I'm done this scythe here, let's go through it. Oh, and I'll also turn off my Slack notifications, sorry. Alright. Alright, okay, let's take a look here. Let's save this. I'm just gonna open up the mobs. Also, in the future, just a quick question, is it cool if I do some of your stuff on stream? Alright, so here's what happened this morning. Okay, cool. Where I was trying to take some of these designs, right, which is for our, there's this couple cool monsters called the Shadow Beast and this other guy that, it's fucking cool ass monsters, okay, but they're also kind of really creepy. And I was essentially lining them up with, so if you can see, right, if I were to scale this up like so, see how they line up, right? Lining up skeletal wise, pretty cool, pretty efficient, but it was at the cost of what the Drake should be and could be. So what I decided was, well, everybody else is like, I'm not sure, it's a little too pterodactyl, a little too demonic, demonic comes from the arms like this, and it's funny because I actually used arms like this for my demon. But to make this more dragon, it was more than just being a lizard. You know, like, okay, so there was a couple of things that the team wanted. They wanted it to be a flying mob. They wanted it to be sort of a lesser dragon, as imagine like a dragon's pet or something. And so, okay, he has to sort of look like a minion. He has to sort of look like a, he still has to look like a dragon. Shouldn't look like a lizard, right? A lizard with wings, even though that's what they are. And so there was a couple things that that really helped me get there. And that is, I think I realized that dragons, get this, they are a little bit, they're easier, or not easier, they can be more designed. And so what I sort of took that as is like when I go and I look at dragons and I look at fantasy art for dragons and I look at the classic stuff, it was an artistic rendition. And so they have this stylization of shape in old fantasy illustrations or renditions of dragons. There's this shape, this regalness, there's this thing that they have to like it's competing for the throne. It's becoming, this thing that is like the top of everything. And so their designs are not just a big lizard, scaled things with horns. They're designed almost by, like a god or something to have shapes that fall in that line of regalness. And so you get things like this where you have that full puffed up chest, and then and so the shape is sort of like, let's see if I can follow this correctly. It's kind of like you get a little bit more like flow in there, but where this really comes through is things like this wing, right? This wing has its own like fingers to it, and it has its own like shape and artistic intent to their being, to their very being, right? They're not just, it's like if this was a lizard or whatever, right, or a bat wing, like you could easily just do bat wing, like, and leave it at that. But there's like this extra little bit, with these horns actually like coming out and meaning something. And so that's sort of what I was going for with these guys, is adding more intentional, like, stylistic shape that you wouldn't see on any random lizard, right? It's having this elegance to it, this regalness to it, this something that has been designed by something other than biology, right? It's this beautiful shape that you don't get anywhere else, and I'm going to try and put that into all of our dragons. And so that's sort of my sort of take on it. Okay, I'm gonna look at some of the chat now. It's evolutionary, and a drake is a regal armpit compared to proud race for sure. Drags are just lizards. Bat hybrid breeds. Well, that's a wyvern, but it's not just a wyvern because there's so much more to a dragon than that. So our horns emulate of, they could be. I think so, a little bit. You certainly did a phenomenal job on the drake, sir. Thank you. Drakes are just uniform. Dragons are the next step of the evolution. It is why they are so diverse in appearance. Every time you see a dragon, you see boss, something kind of unique. Well, that's okay. Check this out. So these are the way that I'm sort of looking at dragons now. Was I came out with a couple of like different ways that we could approach it, because so many, what you're saying is right, there's so many different takes on dragons, just dragons in general, right? Where sometimes they have 4 limbs with 2 wings, sometimes they have little tiny little arms, sometimes they have bat wings for their arms, and so they crawl around like that, and sometimes they have more lizard-like posture. Like this is straight up me trying to go, okay, well, this is essentially the Dragon's Dogma dragon because it's so cool. And then look at this guy. This is you're starting to see a little bit where I'm leaning into that like intended shape, right? Same with this guy. This is by far my favorite, I think. If I were to go with a dragon, right? It would be this one. This is like Elder Dragon type. This is, especially with the tail. Right, and so there are different types of dragons, and people call them all sorts of different things, but that's just because they're sort of like goblins in the way that, like, you know, you get a description. Giant lizard with wings that breathes fire, and it's like, how many different cool renditions can you have? To some, a reptile, you know, might end up being a snake with wings. You know, sometimes it might only have 2 legs. And then you get, like, I'd imagine that they found some dinosaur bones before, and so they go, holy shit, that's a dragon. And they see that it has 2 arms. So, you know, just things like that. So, that's my design philosophy around dragons now, is they should be more intended and should go beyond biology and reach within mythology and the way that they were seen back then. So, and just so you guys know, these little, I never do thumbnails, but these are essentially because there were so many different dragons, I just wanted to bang them out and get like a general idea of what each might look like or whatever. But yeah, so I don't really do them, but when I do, they're sort of more like this, so they're still get the like more detail and how the silhouette usually designs itself a little bit. Anyway, back to weapons. I need to do some weapon design. I need to find my weapon design philosophy at this point. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, is it doing the textures for the shirts? I'll do a little bit of them. Yeah. Here and there. Okay, that's feeling a bit better. Well, I am gonna thicken up the bottom here, I think. Very simple little scythe. It's not too crazy. You guys hear my dog barking? feel like I'm going to continue this line here a little bit like that. That's good. That's better than before. Has the team talked about the evolution of weapons? A lot of MMOs tend to get particle heavy and over the top with their design as time goes. Flame sword or particles here and there is great, but when all the weapons are glowing and flashing, it just looks ridiculous. Yes, I agree. I personally think that the flame weapons might be better off held on to. Okay, so I'll say what I think, and then I'll say whether or not some of the team agreed with that. And by some of the team, I mean we had this conversation about gear, and this was me and Sean, I believe. We were going through some of the gear as like a just like some of the concepts or whatever. And I feel like this also applies to weapons. So in that this conversation applies to weapons, that's the context of this next thing I'm about to say. It should be something that you work really, really hard to earn. And in terms of the amount of players that actually have access to weapons like this.
Red Cloud 16 has begun their raid upon us. Prepare chat.
Whoa! Red Cloud, thanks for the raid. Yo, Drake. What do you know? We were just talking about the Drake design. How goes it? It's going good. We were just talking about. Let me catch you guys up. The raiders up. Wait patiently. Rest of stream. So we were just talking about. There was a question that was posed. What do we got? What do we think about weapons, and weapon progression, and whether or not we should have many, like, I don't know, like glowing effects and stuff like that. And I was starting to say that we had a conversation about this in relation to gear, as in like all gear, not just weapons. And so there was this conversation about it. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about it. But the idea is that the progression shouldn't be something that everybody gets. It's something that you earn. And when I mean earn, I mean like a very small percentage of the player base will ever get to see this sort of stuff. So you have to really work for it, and it means that the players that do get it and have those like super special items, like they are seen as like, holy shit, they're badass. Like they spend their time on this game. They do a lot. You know, they did their, and everybody will sort of know what it means to do and have that sword. And so there was even talks about there being certain weapons that there can only be one of in a server. And there's like an upkeep. And that, you know, if you can't keep the upkeep, then you'll lose the sword, and it will be available for other people to get again. I don't know if we're going to go that far, but I'd imagine the effects that come with that, right, are going to be pretty cool, right? That's where we might handle having like some super flamey like thing, you know, where they deserve it because they put the time and effort in. So that's just some of the conversation. Again, I would ask this exact same question to Sean, because there's a whole lot of gameplay implications that I just like essentially just like flew over, right? But there's a lot of aesthetic value to that. Like I don't like that exact thing where everybody's fucking glowing and has wings and all that stuff, right? I'm not a big fan of that. A part of what I love about MMOs is when players look like adventurers and they're ragtag and they don't have their set yet or whatever. They might look kind of cool, but they don't look like the class that they want to be. And the end goal should be I look like the class that I'm supposed to be. Right? That's why anytime that I made any of the gear concepts for all of our classes, I was going to try and find the most iconic versions of that class and have that be the end goal. Because like, can you imagine if you look like a paladin, like a fully geared paladin at level like 15 or like at level 30 or something, and the only way up is to try and like out paladin the most classic looking paladin ever? It just doesn't work, right? You want the gear that looks like the thing that you want to be at the very end. So that's my approach to it. I hope you guys resonate with that, because I do. And I'm someone that probably won't end up ever getting some of those weapons. Maybe eventually, like 3 years down the line, but I'm a very slow player. It's not even to my benefit. It's to the world's benefit. Because everybody else gets to aim for things and have their hard spent time, and maybe not even hard spent time, because maybe they're just chilling with their friends, have that time rewarded with some cool shit that nobody else gets because you spent the time to, or you found the quest, you were exploring, and you're not telling anybody about where you found it because now you're the only one that has it. You know how to farm it, and you log in the middle of the night to make sure that nobody's following you to the spot where you farm. Like that sort of thing. I love that. All right, let's read some of YouTube, and then let's read some of stream chat. Twitch chat, I mean. My friend and my friend just showed this game last night. Looks amazing for what I've seen so far. Looking forward to the full release. Nice. And me too. I'm looking forward to the full release as well. It means that artistically, ideally, we'll be all caught up to where we actually want to be. Should a chunk of the metal be sticking out the back? I know some modern ones have a metal piece on top. I don't know about the older fantasy style ones. Not from what I've seen. Let me double check my reference. Oh, actually, my reference is all messed up. Or I'm all messed up, I mean. I kind of went on autopilot as I was talking about some of that stuff. Like a blood drinker sword, etc. would be cool. Very much Elric, Melnibonian stuff. Melnibonian. That was my first time pronouncing that. That's hilarious, Red Cloud. Alright, so what my money choice was saying was that this my money choice from YouTube saying that this was the wrong decision. I agree. So we're going to do this, and we're actually going to cap it. And we're going to do this, and we're going to block it. So we have that, and then there was something like this where metal went down, kind of catches like that. Might not need to do that though. And if we do, I think that should just be a texture. So it will land something like this, where it still goes down like so. Doesn't affect silhouette. This top part affects silhouette though. Gotta make sure that this feels right and it's not just adding and to be adding, you know, because we want the base versions of these. And if the base version has like too much extra on it, which this does, I'm taking this design off, but I am keeping the top part. The top part feels right. That's one thing. These are our base designs, so we can do some other cool stuff later. But there's even extra stuff that kind of come up here, and there's multiple different sizes that I could do, I think, actually, with this one done. I'm already like, oh, there's like 3 different other types of sides that I could make, which will be equally cool. But I'm just gonna lighten this a bit. It's not so dark. Throw that on. A little bit of highlight. Okay, good. I actually feel like for example, I could do this. Make this like this. So we bring that there, bring that here. We could do something like yeah, that's good. We can have something like this that is much less like so many great shapes from a scythe that I'm like looking at, and I'm like, oh man, this is nice. I don't know. Hey Nick, you around? Targon, you're not Nick. I was calling for the other Nick, but maybe you can help me. Are Necros the only ones that are allowed scythes? Yeah, it's sort of what I'm thinking. Shadow Knights will be able to use them. Maybe even Druids. With the whole crop theme that they have in Night Harbor. Okay, why not Pally as well? That's a little ridiculous. Trying to get me like trouble. Harvesting evil. Oh yeah, the paladin of farming. How am I to forget the great farmer paladins of Age of Discovery? Yes, I'm making fun of you. Yeah, no. Size do not fit Paladin vibe at all. It is correct. You are right. Alright, let's treat this as if it would become a thing. This scythe in particular, not paladins with scythes. You think we're here about subverting expectations? Huh? Is that who we think we are? Who do you think I am? We only need to do that when a very specific thing calls for that. When it enriches the fantasy instead of just does it for the sake of it. Alright, okay, we have two different sides now. It was pretty easy. Alright, what's next? I could do the baby scythe, the one-handed scythe, but I don't want to. So battle axe? Okay, there's a couple ways that I could take this. I think I want to go this way. I'm going to turn on vertical symmetry. Bring it right here. Couple more borks than 3, but yes. Bork. Will there be cultural weapons? Yes. No, there will not be a paladin scythe. Stop asking. Just because Dark Souls, or sorry, just because Elden Ring did it, doesn't mean we will. Too much. If you want to go play a paladin build that dual wield scythes or whatever, fucking go ahead. Somewhere else. In my opinion. Alright, okay. So I think this is the right way to go. Which is to have like a thing here instead of just wood straight up, because wood straight up to me says like lumberjack axe or whatever, and that's not what we want. We want a battle axe. guess, hold on. Instead of this whole shebang here, what I could do is something like this. Simplify it. That works too. I think I'm gonna do that for now. Simplify it, and then we can do a more intense like version or whatever later. Yeah. And we'll move this up. And do we want something like this? Oh, that's simple and nice. Okay. So now we go new layer. We're just gonna go under. Under with the color that we can see goes under. Come on. I'm trying my hardest to essentially follow the lines that I've already made. Not that all this will get translated, because again, low poly, but Kelvin can drain. Now let's we'll do this. And now let's lock it, and let's take this. We're gonna go create clipping mask. We're gonna merge that down, and we're gonna paint on this. So what I'm gonna do here is in about 20 minutes, well, I'll finish up this battle axe. Might take less than 20 minutes, whatever. And I'm gonna take a break, little walk, and then I'll be back. So it'll be in total. Can you imagine it? 3 streams today. Lay on hands only works for crop spells like aura, pesticide, prayer, rain, sunshine spell. Farmer paladins get cows for mounts. Still no. It's a lot of druid talk that you're. A lot of plant-based stuff happening there. You know what? I could see like a paladin or a cleric coming in. Well, hold on. Maybe a cleric, not so much a paladin. Like coming in and saying some prayers or something for a farmer. Here's the thing, I could see them doing that, but no, they wouldn't have a scythe. Why would they have a scythe? Was he a paladin? Spartacus a paladin? Are you just why you need this? There are other fights you could be having. I mean, look, if it's that important to you, but I don't really see paladins having a scythe. Am I mad? I'm here being like, am I the baddie? Am I like, am I the one being a jerk? Okay, I got 15 minutes to make this work. And then I'm out of here for a small amount of time. Okay. Hey man, if you're being serious and you're just ducking down right now because I'm being a little aggressive, let me know. You know, if it's, you don't have to. I got you. Oh, I see. I got it. Okay. How I designed the classes visually was something like a paladin is the hand of God, or believes to themselves to be, while a cleric is a disciple of God. They studied, they fucking did all the, they're doing all the routines and saying their prayers, and so are paladins, but the paladins, they see themselves as God acting through their hands, through them. They are God's vessel. That's how and whatever that God may be, right? So that's how I designed the classes when I first did the gear for them. Now you can tell me whether or not that's how it landed. True, that's what we should do. Let's give the paladin a shovel weapon. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. Not... Okay, that kind of looks cool, but it sucks that I have to resort to that. I've been doing... what's it called? This entire time I've been doing symmetry, but for whatever reason burn and dodge do not do symmetry, so I have to like do it again, which is, I mean, like, I should get over myself, but still sucks. Size can be used by Beastmaster, Druid, Fighter, Inquisitor, Necro, Ranger, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Spellblade. That makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. Spellblade is a little... Inquisitor feels right. Ranger, Shadow... I feel like that's right. The only thing that is a little touchy on that is Spellblade. That's because I have a pretty traditional look of what Spellblade is. And by traditional, I mean like I want them to feel very classic, and instead of what they essentially are is like a sort of like a subversion of expectations already. And so I'm kind of like, okay, well, let's pull back then, right? Because spells and blades at the same time, that's a lot. They're sort of more of a martial fighter. I see them as casting spells on their blades and then fighting like that. That's how I see them. 10 minutes. This looks so fucking cool. I'm already really happy with this design. I love it when I can actually say that and like truly mean it. I haven't even gotten to this. Okay, let's hide symmetry and then let's work on it. And then let's do like symmetry off for now. Then we're going to do lines across. We're gonna do a little bit of this and that. And hell yeah, there we go. There we go. Crop duster? No, Nicodemus, by the way, are you going to be doing a lot of the item stuff? I think that's what we heard. We need to go over some ground rules for for item colors. I mean the icons, the icon colors. We're gonna need to go over some ground rules. think it might be you that most of the actual like item creation that, or the other designers I suppose, will actually fall upon. I have some worries. Let's call them worries. I have some concerns about what possibilities opens up when we give designers the choice of color. So there's two things that I wanted to cover. All right, hold on. We're actually almost there. We're almost at the half hour. It might be time for me to wrap this up. And we can have this conversation when I get back. I think that's for the best. Yeah, I think it's break time. I just need to make sure that this feels right before I leave it. Honestly, what I should have done is just done this. Oh my god, why didn't I start with this? 'Cause I'm an idiot who's... stubborn. Oh, that feels really good. Okay, that is definitely what I needed. And now we can come in here with a little bit of hoo-ha. This battle axe is fucking dope as all hell. Some might even say too dope. Wow. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yo! That battle axe looks so good. Oh, holy shit. Alright guys, I'm gonna chill out for a bit. I'm gonna take my dog for a walk. I'll come back. We'll have some more work to do. We're doing weapons today. 30-minute battle axe, get your money back, goblin guarantee. Holy. Does that battle axe look dope? Hold on. This scythe. Let's play around with this for a bit. Hold on. Not for a bit, for like 2 seconds. Because this just needs to... Oh yeah. And then we can... Oh, I actually think I need to lighten it up even more. Yeah, it needs to be like that. Something like that, so then the whole thing can come up. Actually, no. Yeah, that's good. That's where it should land. Alright, Kate. I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck it. I'm gonna try and see if I can raid someone. And then you guys will be ideally coming back. Let's raid, good old Primus. I love Primus. Yeah, let's raid Primus. I'm gonna raid these guys, and then I'll see you guys in like an hour, half hour, however long the hell it takes for me to go for a walk and come back and all that. Okay, catch y'all later. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye.